Alright, sup guys? I am making a speculation of what dinosaurs are being cut, and I wanted to open the game to make sure that technically we do have 122 dinosaurs. These are just these are considering the whatever what do you call it? Yeah, 122, but they also consider variants as well. So like you can't click on them unfortunately. So that's just wanted to verify. All right, so 122. Just keep that number in mind. So, ads, Jesus, holy moly. All right. So let's just start labeling these real quick. Let's just start with canon, as in movie slash show. So it is very clear that the movie or show dinosaurs that were in the movie or show are a guarantee. There's gonna be no alteration. Now with the things under it would be not canon but confirmed. You know, we've seen in the trailer or any other outlet. B. I would probably have canon books, games, fill in the blank. So I would imagine, or I guess mentions as well. So like, Archaeopteryx would follow under this category of it not necessarily having any relevance. It's just there. It was just mentioned in passing. And games and books. So you got things like Karkar or what's another book related species? I think in Montosaurus. And Montosaurus is canon, but not in the movies. Have you really seen any other hadrosaur other than Parasaurolophus and what do you call it? Corythosaurus? I don't think so. I might make some more tiers, but for right now we're gonna stick to maybe fine. Risky at risk. And also keep in mind, how do I add another? I haven't done this before. I haven't added another tier. Maybe fine. I'll just put at risk / danger. Danger, as in likelihood of it being cut is gonna be high. Now I don't think they're gonna be cut permanently. I almost doubt it. There was a guy that I watched on YouTube that mentions things like variants are going to be cut, and it's almost a guarantee, and things like Suchomimus will be just reintroduced as DLC for Chaos Theory. I consider that not a good take. I find that kind of silly. I almost doubt that will ever happen. Just my personal take. I don't think that'll happen. Oh my god, these ads. I'm having a stroke. Go away. How do I close this one? Oh well. He's gonna linger there. So I'm not sure about Deinonychus being a canon species. So if he is, then just keep that note. Actually, okay, so the danger is going to be later, more down this way. So yeah, fine. There's another one. Um, recent recency security. I don't know how to spell that, so just hope to God that's right. And what do I mean? What do I? Jesus, I just came back from work. It's been a long night. What I mean by this is it's new, either a DLC or game 2. So there's a relative security behind. Jesus Christ! What the fuck? Why is there a wasp in my goddamn room? Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out, motherfucker! Goddamn. That way. Get that. We're getting raided right now, boys. Why? Hold the phone. I'm gonna murk this guy. What the? Where did he go? Dude, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Oh god. Worst spot to land on my fucking Ethernet cord. Oh shit, I got him. Yep, now plate. Okay. That's a... Man, we got... stalled. We got stun locked for a moment. My apologies. That's staying in, though. That's staying in. Recency security. It's added recently via DLC, so like things like Megalodon would probably be in this category. So, also variants. With Suchomimus, technically we don't have a Chaos Theory. Holy shit, that fucking tired me a little bit. Jeez, lost to a fly. Hold on. Alright, yeah. So we don't have a Chaos Theory variant in game currently. However, there will be one. So that would make me inclined to put it in canon because of there will be one, so there's no reason to cut it. And also keep in mind, I feel like there'll be a lot more, there will be some new faces like we have seen in the new game, like what we have with Coelophysis or Cryolophosaurus. There's undoubtedly going to be some new faces that we will see. So let's begin. Acrocanthosaurus, I feel like a lot of people do like it. And it's not necessarily new, but I feel people will be more up in arms if it goes. And we also haven't seen it. Albertosaurus, it's in JPOG, so there is a level of security, not necessarily enough security that will guarantee its return, but also it is a fan favorite. The Frontier Allosaurus, I feel like it is a package deal. Movie species and the Frontier variants, like Giga or Iguanodon, will fall under this as well, where it is a package deal. They don't count as singular species. Keep note of this. 82 species will remain on launch. Not variants or anything else. Variants are, at least to our minds, are safe. There's no reason to think otherwise. Amargasaurus, relatively special in its own way. It's not necessarily unique since there is Nigrosaurus, but again, it is not only new-ish, sort of, but also unique. So there's no reason for it to be cut. Ankylosaurus, obviously, canon. You know what? I'll just start with the movie stuff first. So Apatosaurus obviously is going to be safe. We may see a movie variant, more accurate to the film, where it's a lot more slimmer and long than just bulky like the one we have currently in game. Baryonyx is a lock. Brachiosaurus is probably locked. Carnotaurus is probably locked. Ceratosaurus, obviously. Compsognathus. With Compsognathus, I doubt the smaller animals, including Compy, will have babies. I feel like the breeding with Compies would almost be... It would be included in removing the breeding. I feel like it having either only restricted to hybrids or... What was the number? Like 7 animals can't breed? I undoubtedly... Okay, so you got Scorpius, Indoraptor, and Indominate. I don't care. Too fucking tired to really want to fix that. Spinoceratops, which has us at 4. I feel like there's another hybrid, and I don't know why. Maybe I'm just hallucinating. So that has us at 4 already. So there's undoubtedly going to be something else that won't have babies. I feel like this little bat, would be in that as well as these little fellas. So I feel, at least in my head, that it confirms these, at least some of the smaller ones. So, okay, let me just do. All right, so we're at 4, and those are canon hybrids, so they're a lock. So 4, 5, 6, 7. I could have sworn there was another small fella. Huh. I might have... We'll find it when we get there. I doubt... I think this is technically a baby Dimorphodon, anyways. Let's just go back to organizing real quick. I want to go to bed soon. This is a lock. Lock. I consider this a lock. Again, species are a package deal, so I don't expect variants to be cut. Or baseline, like starter Pokemon, where it's like it's gonna be a familiar face. You're gonna see it, and Montosaurus would be in this category. The same thing with Struthiomimus. It's almost a guarantee just because, starter animals and all that, it makes sense. Gallimimus, obviously, movie. Giga, again, package deal. I think Herrerasaurus is canon, technically. That's a game. Iguanodon, species, package deal. Canon. Kentrope, again, package deal. Maiasaura, from what I've heard. Now, if this is not true and doesn't actually show in any... I'm going to be vague here and say official media, then you could probably scratch us off. I still think it's going to be in-game, regardless if it's going to be in movie or not, but I'm just going to put this here for the sake of it. Majunga, package deal. Memenchi, hopefully we'll get a movie-accurate variant. I'm really tired of this upright one. I want more of a movie-accurate thing. This is, I consider it baseline or fan favorite. I consider it fine, actually. Mosasaurus, canon. Mizuto. That'd be under that. Fucking hate these bugs, man. These guys are AIDS. With some Notosaurs, I feel like they're going to be at risk the most. Sauropelta is probably the most safest one there is. Notosaurus or Pelecanthus are probably going to be the ones that are really sweating bullets. And don't get me wrong, I think that they will come back at some point, maybe. That's always coming. Ceratops, Spinosaurus. We saw him in the trailer, so either way. Stegosaurus. Movie accurate here. Suchomimus, package deal. I don't remember. I don't think there is any. Triceratops, obviously we saw it in the trailer. Tyrannosaurus, I mean, I haven't seen the trailer, have you? I don't think it's in the trailer. I didn't see it. Oh yeah, and Borosaurus is probably safe. Let me just keep going. Package deal, Pachyrhino. Onolafo. Scorpius. Dimetrodon. Pyroraptor. We'll do counts and when we're done here. Triceraptor. Motherfucker. We already have a lot. God damn, I'm fucking tired. Oviraptor. So sorry, I'm locked in at the moment. Obviously, we've got the Dominion variants. I don't think they're gonna fully replace the Frontier designs. I don't think so. I find that will be a very bad move on Frontier's part. And not only for like to piss off fans, but just generally like there's no point to kind of cut off half of the work you've done, and also limit what what players can choose. Removing player choice is what I mean. So obviously, Tarbosaurus. He's in a weird spot, and I mean weird. He is technically canon. The vents of the thing he's in isn't canon. The animal himself is canon. So he is technically lost media right now. Maybe we'll see him in a movie. I doubt it. I wouldn't even bother banking on it. I feel like you'll be just putting your money in the aether. I feel like he has a pretty good shot, but he's in a gray area. I still think he is locked in. Brachiosaurus, obviously this variant, so it doesn't really matter. I'll try to put them together so I don't really have to get confused. Dimorphodon. Pteranodon. Allosaurus again. Stegosaurus again. And Kylodicus. I feel like a lot of people really love it being reworked. It's a shame it would go, but I think they will resell hybrids again. Stegoceratops is safe. Hopefully, Stegoceratops in the game will be swimming like Spinosaurus. However, will be functionally more like a hippo. I feel like that'd be kind of like a cool way to make Spinoceratops unique and interesting at the same time. Okay, here's another canon species that we've seen in the movie. Let me just skim through it real quick. Oh yeah, this guy. Okay, so we got a good amount. So around 40 is what are being cut. So we're gonna see a lot of these faces go. So let's just get started with Stegosaurus real quick. I feel like the only thing keeping it relatively safe is it being a canon species. I still think it is coming close to being cut. At least relatively. Archaeothromymus falls under this category. It's more like a cutesy mention, but that's it. Camarasaurus, I don't know. I think it is at risk, but at the same time I think it fills in the niche for like upright, but kind of medium sauropod, and I think it's the only one that really fills that role. I'm gonna put it at fine. Now this could definitely be cut. Carcharodontosaur. Jesus, I misspoke that one. I think it falls into a category where people aren't necessarily pleased with its model, but it being a popular species and it being from a different Jurassic Park game and them using the sounds from that game, I feel like the odds on it sticking around is going to be a lot higher than, I don't know, Camarasaurus, for instance. I feel like this fella is, I don't, maybe at risk. I'm gonna put it fine. It's a little gray area. Chasmosaurus, I think it's maybe fine. I wouldn't bank on it sticking around, but I think it has decent odds. Chunkingosaurus, I feel like a lot of the stegosaurs are gonna get an uppercut to the jaw. I'm gonna put it right in probably maybe fine. Just for the sake of, filling the small stegosaur niche. Coelophysis. I think, again, it fills this particular niche, but also it's relatively new. Crichtonsaurus, only real benefit it has is it being about the author of the original book. Cryolophosaurus, I think a lot of people would really love sticking around. I feel like it would be a huge miscall to just remove it, and also it being a relatively new dinosaur. Deinonychus. A lot of people are not a big fan of this guy. I like him. A lot of people want him to be reworked to have feathers. I personally disagree. I feel like it kind of takes away from the artistic expression. And what do I mean by that? I mean, I want a variation more than just, spiky crocodile scoots, but also I don't want strictly feathers. I want a mix and mash. I don't want just one particular theme or texture being used. But that's more of like a subjective end. As for its safety, I feel like it'd be in a maybe. I wouldn't consider it in danger per se, but it's coming close to that line. Jesus Christ, man. I need help. I think it's fine. I think it's maybe. It's probably chillin' comparatively to some other guys. Dracorex. unfortunately put at risk, or I guess in danger, especially since we have not only babies now, but also I feel like we already have two pachycephalosaurs that are kind of already taking up its spot, and including babies. We also have Homocephali to fill in the small pachycephalosaur niche. Dryosaurus, I think it has pretty good odds on it making a return. It's not necessarily in trouble, and also just it's kind of unique. It's kind of one of a kind, at least in the game currently. Elasmosaurus. I'm either thinking of like at risk or fine. It is bordering on that line. People tend to not really be a fan of its design, but also we have several animals that are very much like it. So I think they may want to kind of cut back on its animals similar to it to have room for others. Euphocephalus, I don't remember if it's canon. If it is, then it might have some safety in that regard. I think it's the same situation with Dryosaurus. It is in a relatively safe spot. Gigantospinosaurus. I feel like the only real redeeming quality is its cool name. Originally, I was the dumbass that thought it was a hybrid between Spinosaurus and Giga. Of course, that's not true. I feel like that's probably bordering on that. Ichthyosaurus. I feel like it would probably be pretty good. Recency bias, obviously, but also to fill in a niche. Leopleurodon. I think it's fine. I think it's kinda in danger. I wouldn't even consider it though. I think it's gonna stay in. Of course, this flyer is gonna probably be fine. Actually, looking back on this, I don't think this is a good tier list. You know what? Let me just add to this real quick. Also confirmed. Jesus, I can't. Jesus, I need therapy. Trailer base. So we'll just put this fella here. Also, I should probably organize this real quick. Allosaurus, let's stick him right here. Am I stupid? Where is he? There he is. Iguanodon, right here. Drypnotus. I think that's about right. I think with Stegosaurus, I think their variants are pretty much almost identical, so I don't think they're gonna be really need to worry about the baby change. It's literally just a skin texture change, and that's it. So I think they don't really need to do much work with that. That looks about right. Oh yeah, let me get this fella here. Cantrosaurus. Match up him. Yeah, and Tyrannosaurus next to that. I think that's about it. Okay. Alright, so let's just do a recap here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, and 51. So we're at 51. Let me just get a different tab going. 51. Confirmed. Jesus Christ, I'm not a good speller when I'm tired. So, damn. I'll probably move these guys up. Just move these guys up. Prob safe. Popularity. And for not non-confirmed stuff. And or recent secure. So let's just remove this real quick. Maybe fine. So this guy's probably fine. Probably fine. A lot of these are going to be probably fine. Yeah, I think that's better. I think Diplodocus will be that. Deinonychus will probably be the most safe of this category, I'd say. Muttabotosaurus. Okay, so 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. 68. Okay, so let me probably recent. I'll just start from the bottom up. And or cut to get added eventually. I think there's no permanent cut. The other YouTuber that made the tier list, he mentions that he put a permanent thing of like cut permanently. I don't think they'll do that. I don't even remember if I said that already, but I think they will bring them back, hopefully as free drops alongside pack DLC paid packs. I'm being a little optimistic. They may either one expand dinosaur packs so they could bring the cut fellas back over time to then bring them back over time alongside newer faces. This guy, I would consider him relative at risk. He has better odds than sticking around than Dracorex, I think. Honestly, I think Dracorex is a lot more in danger than that. Nigersaurus, I think it's probably chillin'. I'm not gonna bother organizing. At least I don't think I'm gonna bother organizing this. Notosaurus is gonna be in danger. I think they're gonna be in danger. I feel like there's better odds than sticking around than Gigantospinosaurus, just for the sake of it being unique. I feel like these guys might be fine. Again, this guy might be shit. I'm not confident on him being probably safe. I'll probably put him in fine, maybe. Pentaceratops. I feel like he does a good job at filling a role as like a big ceratopsian. So I'll probably put him above Chasmosaurus, but I don't think he's gonna be down there. Actually, I'll probably put these guys above them because, lagoons and aviaries are kind of barren. So they would probably want to avoid emptying the aviaries too much. I feel like these guys are probably fine though. Plesiosaurus is probably fine, especially since its popularity. Polacanthus, I think it's gonna be in trouble. This guy, he's canon. He also runs the risk of it being like maybe cut. Keanosaurus, I feel like he is gonna be probably fine, maybe, or just recency as well as popularity. Struthio, I would imagine it's guaranteed. This guy's a popular fella. Torosaurus, I feel he has slightly less odds than Deinonychus. Troodon, I'd say, is probably fine. This guy's probably fine. Centaur, I feel has less odds than those guys. Tylosaurus. People have a lot of conflictions over the Tylosaurus design. There's a Telltale game with him, but I feel like he is. I don't think he's in danger. But if I was to put him anywhere else, I would probably put him in maybe or fine. Attenborosaurus obviously is a reference, but isn't much of like anything else. Geo, he's probably fine, especially considering canon stuff. Hwang, they have resold Hwang before in a deluxe, which I find scummy, considering he was base game in the first game, and then they resold him as deluxe. However, with the third game, they're reselling the DLC animals, which I consider less scummy than reselling base game animals. Again, he's a starter dinosaur, but he has history of being resold. I'm gonna probably say there. This guy's probably fine. As I feel like they're gonna try to clean up a lot of the older animals, as in like cut them out a little bit, at least some of them, to give more space for new stuff. This guy's probably fine. Chronosaurus is, again, probably safe, especially with popularity. He's probably chilling. Minmi fills a niche. Okay, so this is 51. 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82. We are already over it. So we're going to have to see a lot of them go. I'm going to adjust it here. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82. So I'll probably clean up a bit. This guy's probably gone. Or not gone, but like he's on chopping block. Holy shit, this is something. The reason why I moved him down is I noticed some people weren't too fond of his design. I don't know. I feel like Steel of Vices might be on the chopping block because people generally don't like using him. Oh, this is rough. Tylosaurus also might be on the chopping block. Now, don't get me wrong. These don't really confirm anything. This guy might be cut. I could see Archaeothermimus being cut. Oh, this is fucking harder than I thought. Jesus Christ. This guy might be in trouble. I'll put him at fine. This guy might be fine. This guy is probably fine. This guy is probably fine. I feel like this is almost like a guarantee because people really, really love Dinochirus. This guy, I would consider maybe. I wasn't too fond of him, but people only really like him because he's cute. This guy is probably fine. Or, yeah. Tyrannus is a beloved. They loved him. This guy probably fills a niche. He's probably chilling. Dunkel, maybe fine. Or probably secure. Shonisaurus. Shit. Concavinator's already confirmed. I don't even need to piss my mouth for that one. This guy, I feel like people like him. The Raptors obviously wanted. Obviously, these are a guaranteed cut. Yeah. Shit. Okay, well, let's just recount again to make sure we have everything, our ducks in a row here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. Okay, so we got 53 confirmed. Baseline. Now, I have a hard time believing they will cut Herrerasaurus. I feel like the odds on them killing Archaeothermimus could be significantly higher than they kill Herrerasaurus. Damn. 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. I don't know. These are confirmed. Like, off rip. Shit. Damn. This is actually harder than I believed. Because how many animals? Can I just Google it? Did the internet update yet? So I could actually look it up. How many dinosaurs are coming to Jurassic? Hold on, Evolution 3. 27. What are you fucking talking about? I don't think Utah's getting cut. I think it'll be a huge kick in the balls if they do that. God bless me for using fandom. Well, Wait, where did I put Thanetos Dragon? Oh, he's my bad. I forgot. We're at 54. Let me correct that. 54. I honestly highly doubt they will cut these two. They're almost like they're part of the identity of this series. Of the game, I mean. Evolution. I could see Kamaru getting cut. He's probably dead. They could probably kill one of these, like, at least two of these Ceratopsians. They'll probably kill Torosaurus. Pentaceratops might be catching some strays. Chunkingosaurus might get killed, and Hoengosaurus takes a spot, at least temporarily. Shit. It's between Centaur or Orotitan. Well, let's try to clear this fella out. They could probably kill Chasmosaurus, because we have a small Ceratopsian, and Styracosaurus is kind of unique on its own. Shit. 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, maybe. Seiji is still on the fence. I feel like it's a tad bit above Protoceratops. Jesus Christ. Protoceratosaurus. Jesus. Jeez Louise. 54, 55, 56, 57. 57. Actually, you know what? Yeah. 54. I feel like Seiji has like the least likely chance of sticking around. But again, recency, security. So he's, I don't know. 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82. Damn. I would say, hot take, they're gonna murder Tapejara. This little rat thing might be okay. In retrospect, Deinonychus might get shafted because of how much canon stuff takes up. I feel like a lot of dinosaurs are going to get shafted. At least temporarily. Troodon might have problems, but I feel like the odds on it sticking around more than Ceratosaurus is going to be up there. Damn. I feel like they're going to probably go for a wipe. They're going to try to go for a wipe of flyers to get new faces coming in, I would imagine. Actually, you know what? Geospurgia is confirmed. We did see him in a trailer. I forgot about that fella. Tell you, remember everything? I think that is correct. I feel like Shonisaurus being kicked out would be kind of a misplay. I feel like the odds on the older species getting kicked and being replaced by something else might be what's going to happen. Nitrosaurus might be in trouble. This is a lot more complicated than I would imagine. I'm trying to do the math on what is secure and what isn't. Well, actually, I shouldn't even count Thanatos Draken or Concavenator since we already know they're deluxe, so they shouldn't be included in that number. Let me remove those real quick because I feel like that's kind of unfair for whatever. I guess I can't do that. 55. Remove 2, so that would be 3. Okay. Hold on, let me take a look at the thing. Maybe they changed it, but I don't think they'll change the description of it. I feel like that'd be odd for them to change. They didn't. Hybrids are almost guaranteed to be cut. It's not even a question. Now the question comes to... I don't know. I feel like a lot of the land terrestrial stuff is going to get cut and have flyers take this. That flyers and aquatics are going to take their place. Because just like removing most of the flyers and aquatics just for the sake of having older faces stick around, I feel like that'd be not necessarily a misplay, but it's just kind of like, why have them and then kick them out? I'm gonna go with so 53, 54. I'll just go a complete wipe here. 54 or 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. 72. It's with all new faces. 72. How many new faces did we get at launch? I don't remember. 72 is what we got with new faces. Nazutoceratops was the last dinosaur to be added from the first game. So we could just mark that out of our category. I guess in theory, they could cut, things like Magingosaurus, but I feel like that's just a stupid thing to do. I don't see that happening. You actually have to be mentally deranged to do that. And also, people really love the older models. They don't want those going away. I'm trying to find how many new faces we got so I could then calculate on how many new faces we're going to see in the third game, base game. Because I feel like that has a big impact on what we could get. Ignore this for a moment. Alright, we got Kianosaurus, so that's 1. Cryolophosaurus, that's 2. I feel like I'm looking right at it. I'm just not seeing it. Oh, yep, 73 with Amargasaurus. I'm only looking at terrestrial stuff, by the way. Okay, let's scroll up here. We got 3. So we're at what now? 72. So assuming they do 3 new faces base game on launch. I feel like I'm just not seeing it, and I'm feeling stupid. Oh, yeah. So we got 4. With the Coelophysis. So 4. 4 plus 72. I can't math. 4, 5, 6. So it'd be 76. Is with that included. Which leaves 1, 2, 3, or 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82. 6 slots. We got 6 slots, assuming we get 4 new faces. Alright, I might have to go nuclear here to really take a good gander at what we could get. You guys are going to have to bite the bullet on this one. It is going to be fucking rough. It is going to be rough. So, they might want to rebrand a little bit with Struthiomimus and getting a different ornithomimid to take up that slot. That's a maybe. And Struthiomimus is probably not going to go away forever. They'll probably try to get a feathered ornithomimid, which would be a dub. We haven't really gotten one of those. Also, yeah. So we need to at least have... Alright. Shit! Motherfucker. So this is 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. I'm going to change this to something else. New face JW2. So, we're going to be a little mean here. Right now, we're just trying to make it work. My fucking eyes are bleeding right now. Okay. So, Segisaurus is a new face, technically. So, Krylovosaurus, Amargasaurus, that guy. Fuck it, let's just get all the aquatics in there. Squeeze them in. Okay, so 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 75. Okay, let's just start dragging their asses in here. only thing keeping them around is being a new face. That's my current logic right now. Anything that was added to the new game, the JWE2, is what I consider safe. I'm going completely nuclear to make this work. To keep everybody on the same page. Okay. 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 79. Okay. So, new dilemma. There is undoubtedly going to have new faces that are going to be cut as well. It also may include some aquatics being cut. That's what I'm speculating. They also may rebrand two base game animals, the Monosaurus, which I find almost undoubtedly not going to happen. They might remove this fella right here. I could see these guys maybe sticking around. Actually, matter of fact, okay, so new idea. Some DLC animals are gonna have protection over others. Tylosaurus might be in trouble here. Elasmosaurus might be in trouble, especially with Stixio right there. Coelophysis, again, might be in trouble. Not sure. This guy, technically deluxe. Ichthyosaurus, I feel like almost has like a popularity shield. Again, popular with the trope. Plesiosaur again with the whole popular thing. Oh, I guess the snakehead is probably the thing that draws back a little bit. He's kind of iconic. I find it odd to have Acro removed from the game. I'm gonna be nice with Acro. I'm gonna treat him like a kind little baby. Okay, we'll see where we go. Because I feel like these guys going away, these three in particular, getting shafted, I feel it's going to be a very hard sell. 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82. Ooh, that's rough. That's rough. Acro might get plowed. I feel like Coelophysis comparative to Acro, at least in terms of fan stuff, people prefer Acro. But Frontier is not necessarily a fan community thing. Alamosaurus is still there, I think. Segisaurus might get shafted, though. Because you also have to consider any potential space for new faces. I don't think we'll see other game where there is no new face on base game. This guy probably died in a crash somewhere. Alright, I'm gonna be a little more mean with base game animals, or new face base game. I guess Leo might be in trouble, maybe. But again, it's kind of one of a kind almost. 53, right? 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. 79. 79. I feel like one of them has to go, and I feel like honestly Acro is kind of the one that sticks out a little bit. You also might get the Geo or the Sino thing. Those either okay, these three might be in trouble here. These three. I guess you got one of these flyers that are may be in trouble, and that's a maybe. I think maybe mainly they're these three. And this guy has a bug eater kind of attached to him. So, I don't know. I feel like it kind of morphed into these two being in trouble. Of course, that's assuming that the other faces here are getting dead. Dead. They'll probably come back. I don't think they'll just be gone. Like, Karkar might be back. But let's just assume, right? They take Acro out. Just for the sake of having the new faces remain in. And get new faces coming in as well. I feel like they might want to try getting new large carnivores at the launch of the game. Because we haven't really gotten a large carnivore in a bit, actually. Like, maybe Tarbosaurus was like the last one we got. And that was like kind of bordering on medium. So they want to, I would imagine they would try to go for Mapusaurus or Tyranotitan to kind of fix the removal of Acro and Karkar in particular. Of course, we're ignoring the other new faces that get shafted according to, a shitpost I did. I don't see Shoni getting shafted. Kion might be in a problem area. This gotten a lot more in depth than I would imagined. Well, I want to go to bed. So if you enjoyed, give me some thoughts. I'm befuddled. This became a huge mess because we can't really change this. Really, it's like a huge mess up here because you can't just cut them and make more space. They're kind of integral to the series. I don't see Spinoceratops getting blasted. I'm gonna be real. Yeah, and Amarga's kind of new as well. A side note, I am planning on doing more falling sounds of For Honor. Next is probably PK. I'm not a big fan of what I did with the Warden, where it was kind of like very quick transitions to each sounding animation. I feel like I'm gonna let the victory screen play out a little bit with the volume and all that, so there is some breathing room to kind of get your mind on track with what's going on screen. Also, I'm going to do Ezio alongside PK in our video because, they're kind of the same character, just a skin. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed. My head is melted right now. This is a whole new high I have not reached. So, yeah. I appreciate it. My throat is tired. I'm dead, man. Have a good one. Peace.